Hi, my name is Anand, and I am going to talk about my SDC Midpoint experience so far. So with this project, I started off with um, you know choices for databases, and three that I considered were Neo4j, MongoDB, and Postgres. I actually spent quite a bit of time evaluating Neo4j, probably more than I should have. And this was one of my biggest challenges in this exercise. Um, Neo4j just turned out to be something that was not viable for my project and my application. So I abandoned it due to lack of usefulness. Next, I evaluated MongoDB and Postgres, both of which I had some good results with. Eventually, the database that I chose was Postgres, and it was simply because it was the fastest one. I was able to achieve 10 million records loaded in less than 9 minutes. What came really easy for me during this phase of the project was that I was just super comfortable with installing, setting up, and integrating various databases within my app. And just historically, I've had a lot of experience doing that, and I feel comfortable in that space. I feel comfortable making changes to my directories in terms of ownership and stuff like that. So this came very easy for me. Again, my biggest challenge was just trying to get started. I was scribing and spent, again, way too much time on Neo4j for my project. Other challenges also included getting familiar with Faker and connects. I know Faker's something that's very simple, but I hadn't used it before. So I was curious on how it works, and I spent a little bit of time getting familiar with it. So that added some complexity in terms of me really kicking things off and getting into the meat of the project, where you're actually loading the data into the database. So let's move on, and let me talk about my project approach. So I basically started off with a very basic approach. So just go ahead, let's just try to load 10 million records and see what happens. Well, of course, I got the infamous heap error pretty much right away. Maybe like less than 5 seconds in, I got that error. So what I did was I sort of staged my strategies in terms of breaking up the inserts into chunks, and that helped. But eventually the heap error surfaced again, albeit it surfaced later into the inserts. Maybe I got through maybe 100,000 inserts, and then it just stopped. So eventually, long story short, what really worked out well to achieve the results I achieved, which is loading 10 million inserts into MongoDB and Postgres in less than 20 minutes, what worked out really well was just using a combination of async await and appropriate insert sizes. I actually had to do one more thing for MongoDB. I had to index MongoDB in order for me to get it to less than 20 minutes. Eventually, again, Postgres less than 9 minutes, MongoDB less than 16. And that's my video.